Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson, and all the announcers wanted to talk about was Baker Mayfield. And all the headlines this morning are about Baker Mayfield. Oh, he breaks this record for a rookie. He breaks that record. Does everybody understand that the story of the game was Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson did not throw an interception in December. Baker had 3 yesterday, and 2 of them were short guy interceptions. Baker Mayfield was 23 of 42, lost, had 2 awful throws late, had 3 picks, and that's all anybody wants to talk about. I understand he's a headliner. I understand he's vocal and taunts coaches and grabs his junk. I get it. And he's got a big ego, and he's fun. He's always welcome on my show. I don't think he's a bad kid. He's not my type of quarterback, but I think he's a good kid. He's fun for Cleveland. But he was not the story yesterday. He had a 2.5 passer rating when blitzed. A good quarterback rating for a game is 130. His was 2. Okay? He gets overwhelmed with pressure. Fact. He's exciting but has an ego, which equals roller coaster for quarterbacks historically. Fact. See, he'll have to overcome the dysfunction of Cleveland. Fact. He's already had to deal with some as a rookie. Here's what I know about Lamar Jackson. He doesn't get overwhelmed with pressure. He burns it. He's not going to have an ego and be a roller coaster. What you get with Lamar is what you're going to get with him every game. And I also know this. Baltimore doesn't have dysfunction. It's a well-run football franchise. The story of the game was not Baker. The story of the game was Lamar Jackson. He's 6-1. He went to the Chargers. I saw him against the Chargers. He ate him alive. I saw Baker against the Chargers at home. He got destroyed. Again, here's the quarterbacks we love. Cam, Ben, Baker, Rodgers. No playoffs. Here's the guys I'll take. Deshaun Watson, Wilson, Luck, Dak, who drives me nuts. Foles now. No big personality. Very coachable. Not big egos. Don't fall for the headline guys. None of them made the playoffs this year. Garoppolo's with an adult star. Not playing. Aaron Rodgers, hurt again. Big Ben, underachieved. Cam, never had a back-to-back winning season. Baker, 3 picks yesterday. 2 of them short guy picks. We got to stop this whole thing. The guys I'm betting on are the Lucks and the Wilsons and the Brees and the Deshaun's, the guys that aren't quotable. And with that, Chief content is not ready yet, Albert? Not quite yet. All right, give me a heads up. And this is not a shot at Baker. But I'm watching that game yesterday, and people are just going on and on and on, and I'm like, the guy that's, by the way, Baker Mayfield is exactly what I thought he would be. Short, marginally athletic, bizarrely accurate, cocky, taunting, grabbing his stuff, and he adds an energy and a juice to a franchise. He's kind of a chippy guy. He's exactly what I thought he would be. No big surprise here. I mean, oh, Colin, yesterday he had 3 picks. By the way, he called me out on Twitter. He said, Merry Christmas to everybody. Great time of the year. Even to you, Colin Cowherd, you Grinch. By the way, I don't dislike him. I would bring him on the show tomorrow. I think he's a great guest. I think he's a smart kid. I don't think he's a bad guy. But I'm telling you, we have a history in this league. Cocky guy, Jeff George. Big ego guy, Cam Newton. Aaron, Big Ben, does not wear well over time. Deshaun Watson's personality is what wins in this league. Andrew Luck's personality, Russell Wilson's personality. I don't like taunting coaches. It doesn't work with me. Never has. I don't like it. It just doesn't work for me. Apparently Albert Breer's having some audio problems. I also want to jump to this. So we've got, as Joyce said, 8 NFL coaching openings. 8. And we can put them all up there. It's Arizona, Green Bay, Cleveland, Denver, Jets, Miami this morning, Cincinnati this morning, and Tampa Bay. So listen, they didn't win enough games, and they're all getting fired. I have 3 what I think are kind of strong opinions on all the coaching openings. My first is Adam Gase won 13 of 24 games with a bunch of new players, Ryan Tannehill, Jay Cutler stuff, kind of impulsive, dysfunctional ownership. I think Adam Gase is a guy I would look at if I was Denver. If I was Arizona, I think I'd look at Adam Gase. That's my first strong opinion. My second strong opinion on the coaching openings. People perceive Green Bay to be the best opening. I think it's a little overrated. The 6 highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL, Joy. Bagel. 0 made the playoffs. You pay your quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, $33 million. You're going to have to use a backup at right tackle and a backup your second corner and an average Mike linebacker. You're not going to be able to re-sign your stud wide receiver. I think the Green Bay job, Aaron Rodgers is 35. He got hurt again yesterday. None of the 6 highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL, none of them won a division. They're not in the playoffs. This is a salary cap league. It's not baseball where the Yankees have endless revenue streams. You pay a quarterback $29 million, you're going to have to sacrifice elsewhere. So my first takeaway is Adam Gase. If I'm Arizona, I'd take a look at him. Number 2, Green Bay is not the job everybody thinks it is. And my third is this. Jim Harbaugh got to a Super Bowl. Jim Harbaugh was successful in the NFL. Don't kid yourself. Jim Harbaugh is now a college coach at Michigan. 4 of Michigan's best players sat out of the bowl game because they wanted to prepare for the NFL. Ask yourself this. This is a growing trend. Okay, it's a drip, drip, drip. Last year it was 1 player. The next year it was 3 players.
Oh, it's just going to continue.
Oh, no. Now it was 4 players on 1 team. By next year, you are going to be seeing the entire first round sit. This is not going anywhere. This is a massive growing trend. And Jim Harbaugh's always been very calculated. He knows when to exit and when to enter. He's a very smart guy. You're at Michigan. Your players at the end of the year don't even want to play college football. How does Jim Harbaugh not consider that? I'm Jim Harbaugh. I got NFL teams want me. I got college teams. I am now in a sport with a growing problem. At Michigan, I cannot recruit with Clemson and Alabama. In my geographical footprint, I can't get their dudes. So my last game, every year, I'm going to have to play one of those big Southern teams and get the you-know-what kicked out of me. And secondly, my best players, they don't even want to play unless we're playing for the national championship. So Adam Gase, strongly consider him. Green Bay, not as good a job as you think. And Jim Harbaugh, he has been a great exit guy. He knows when to leave jobs. He has always left a year earlier. He did it at Stanford, San Francisco. He has always been a guy very smart. He knows when to get out of jobs and when to get in them. And he's been at his job now. Yeah, he's a 4-year guy. He goes, hey, listen, I was a 6-year guy. I stay at places 6 years and I bolt. Now, the good news, I have a contract. But the reality is Jim Harbaugh is in the prime of his coaching. The next 10, 11, 12 years, you're not going to get a better job than the Jets. Sam Darnold, rookie contract, got your defense set, and you get control personnel-wise. That's a really good job. At Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, I don't think it's as good as the Jets. Maybe not be as good as Cleveland. But Aaron Rodgers, interesting. By the way, Harbaugh spent 4 at Stanford, 4 at the Niners, 4 at Michigan. He has a track record. I'm just saying. One other thing I want to throw out there is I was talking to a general manager in the NFL yesterday. And listen, sometimes you can kind of see it, but generally dynasties catch us a little off guard. Like we didn't see the Warriors dynasty coming, did we? Did you know Steph Curry and Klay Thompson were going to be that good? A lot of times you don't. We thought the Miami Heat were going to be an 8-year dynasty. We didn't see the Warriors. A lot of times we didn't know Tim Duncan was going to be that good in San Antonio. I mean, we knew Nick Saban was a good football coach. We didn't think it'd be like this. You didn't see Dabo Swinney coming. A lot of times dynasties sneak up on you. I think we're a year away from a dynasty in the NFL. I talked to a GM this weekend. He goes, you better beat the Colts now. 9 draft picks, $100 million in cap space, and Andrew Luck's contract now, is a bargain. For the next 3 years, his contract is a bargain. The GM said, somebody better beat him this year.